In, I think about 2007, I had a recording studio downtown. A friend of mine came in requesting some music for a film, like some scoring for his film. It was a ghost documentary, and I said, yeah, it's crazy. At the time, I had not heard of anyone making films in Sarnia. Certainly not anyone that was my age. So I said, yeah, that's no problem, and I forgot about it after I gave it to him. Just a quick synthesizer, ambient kind of a mix. And I think it was 2 months later, he called me up and said, hey, I got some tickets for you for the premiere. What? Are you screening this thing at the theater? He's like, well, actually, the Imperial Theater, Sarnia's Imperial Theater. He had a big screening for this documentary. So I went with my friend Curtis, and the place was packed. It was like completely full of people, and I was like, this is amazing. You can make a film and screen it. I'd never seen anything like that. And the next day I called Tony. I was like, hey man, I want to make a film too, so you should direct it. I got a really cool idea for a script, and we should make this film. And that was a film called Ugly Lights. So when we came to shooting this film, or when we were about to go shoot the film, I wanted to really hype it up. I was like, you know, local filmmakers. So I called our local radio station and our newspaper, and we did a story, you know, calling all actors. We did a huge citywide casting call. And that's when I met all the actors that would end up being in the comic book store short film, and of course would lead to the series.
Sorry.
Okay.
So, what do you have?
Oh, dude, buy me a drink.
Hey, come on. I'm actually still licking my wounds from a recent breakup. No, come on. What do you have?
Oh, I'm honored. I'll have rye and a tonic with an extra...
Bartender leans in trying, I don't know.
There's so many people that I'm going to meet, and I don't know how I'm going to react with them. Like, the whole university thing.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it. It was wrong. You gotta get that back, whatever you do. And then you're gonna want to tell her something cool about you that she doesn't know. You know, you really gotta bring yourself out. You know, just let her see the inner you.
Man, my inner you. I play D&D. I eat Doritos. I used you.
That's okay. Geek is in these days. If that's your angle, you gotta go with it. You gotta say, you know, you're a computer programmer.
Hey, this guy's trying to have fun with you.
Really care? You care? You what? Go just talk to your buddies over there, okay?
Okay. What's up?
What? Oh, hi. Not much. Just out having a good time.
I see.
Are you here with...
Sean's never really had that kind of relationship with a girl before. It's always been a very...
Nathan, that's Mike. That's Tyler. We're just going to get you to say into the camera your name and all that stuff, your age, and...
They give us permission to use the footage,
Alright.
just this footage, but we don't.
So we'll get you to go ahead then, and we'll run a scene.
Alright. Hello there, my name is Seth Preston, age 23, and I give permission to you guys to use this fabulous footage, which I'm not going to see it for. I don't even know. Been in Mexico, living on a beach. Nothing but cronies.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How did you like pay for food and stuff?
Don't worry about that. When it comes, it comes. It doesn't, it doesn't.
So like you just like lived in a tent or like?
So Ugly Lights was screened. We booked 3 days in the local theater, which was not cheap. We thought, oh man, like we're so excited. This is a film we made. Everyone's gonna come. They didn't. It was, I think by night number 1 we realized, oh man, like no one cares about this stuff, and it was a bit of a wash, and it cost a bit of money. But by the second night, I was like, my wheels were spinning. I was like, I know exactly what I would do differently next time. We're gonna have to shoot it way cheaper. We could promote at a smaller theater and do the same kind of thing for less money. And I was like, it wasn't exactly the story that I wanted to tell. The first movie I ever wanted to make since I was a kid was this film about a guy who owns a comic book store. Because when I was a kid, I'd go into Future Pastimes and I'd see Trent. And Trent at the time was like a younger guy. I was like, you know, how does this young guy have all these comics, and how does he have a store? Like, and I was like, I know I could write the script and shoot a film and see if everyone's on board. And the first person I talked to was Seth. I said, you could be the main guy, and I kind of think you'd be great. And I don't know if Trent or anybody knows this, but his character is actually based on Nate Casemore, the guy who works at Future Pastimes, who's over there helping a customer right now.
I don't want to be included in your thing.
Too late, dude. You're Seth. Anyways, so yeah, that was the whole idea. And Seth was on board right away because he loved Ugly Lights, loved the making of Ugly Lights. He had a bit of a small role in it. Vanessa said, "Yeah, I'm in." Drew said, "Yeah, I'm in," and Haley and Doug were on board, and we had our principal cast. And then I think before the script was finished, I had already booked the theater for November 21st and 22nd of 2008. So I would have put out 2 films in the same year, which is crazy if you think about it. First thing I did was actually talk to my friend Travis, who has since passed away, my good buddy Travis Sitter, and he lent me $2,500. And I was like, I'll pay you back after the premiere, and I used that capital to finance Mark Russell, Russell Productions. He edited the film, huge radio package to promote it, the DVD jacket design. All this was basically started off before we even had a cast meeting. In fact, if you ask the actors, they probably remember, we did the photo for the cover of the actual film and the poster the night they all got together for the first ever cast read. They hadn't even seen a script, and that's the actual shot we used for the film.
We're going to start this. This is, what day is this? Let's say it in the camera. This is July 10th, and it's 8:45, 2008. We're going to start our script read-through. But first I'm going to introduce everybody to the camera. Behind the camera is Doug Murphy, who will be playing probably Doug Murphy in the film.
Oh, I get my own name. Yeah. My real name.
This is Haley McCarg. I don't know if I pronounced that right.
Yeah, that's right.
She's playing Haley. I hate giving her names because if you slip it'll sound so fake. That's Drew White. He's playing Bruce, the only one with a different name. Unless you guys really want to play another name, as long as it's not radical like Frank Vanilla. You want a new name?
Yeah.
Okay, that name will be committed to film later. That's Seth Preston, who's giving your girl his phone number. Seth's playing Seth. Seth and Drew are the sort of main guys behind this project, and Haley and Vanessa Shuttleworth is playing Carrie in the film, because that's who she played in Ugly Lights, and I know she's like, how come I didn't get my own name like everyone else did? We gave her.
Is she playing the same character?
Actually,
is this a spin-off?
Totally spin-off, but not at all. No,
I have no
you can
talent.
play George, you said?
George.
Really? I'm George. You know, like
I don't-
Georgina?
It's like Henry.
If you can say that in the film, you can be George. You can be like, you know, like Georgina?
Yeah.
Okay. Done. We
Are you in this? Are you in this one?
I am not in the film at all. Not even a cameo.
Oh,
I'll never
that's a
act
shame.
on film again.
That's not a good thing.
I'm serious.
I remember, I'm not sure what the exact order of things were, but yeah, at the time that I was booking the radio stuff and getting quotes on all that stuff, I talked to Trent and said, hey man, I didn't really know Trent that well, but to see him from coming in for all these years with my dad, can we use your store, 3-day shoot, 8 hours during the day, what days would work best, and he was all over that. He was really excited about it, so we had access to our whole set for free, and the actors were all on board, and we set out to
Last
shoot
time
the
we're gonna keep the first one. Just when you do that, we get the shadow, and that's not cool.
What about with this hand?
That's great. Yep. Let's try it. Here we go. 5, 4. Damn.
Oh wait, oh yeah, wait. I'll get redder.
Oh yeah, I'm just 5, 4, 3. And then do your thing. Come on. Are you hitting that guy's door? It's him going the other way. Okay, take 2 for the intro.
You want this?
Just go for it. Hop in, let's get this shot done. So Mark, this would be Drew leaving the elevator, exiting the elevator. Okay, action in 5, 4. Straight, a little straighter. Action in 5, 4, 3.
I guess we're all like that. Anyway.
I had a weird bug on me. That's okay.
Anyway.
Let's try that again. Okay, so our background action, never really quiet, no whispering even, just very quiet.
Quiet on the set!
Action!
I think I'm going to activate my raw
Cut.
destiny.
Sorry, background noise, who's crunching chips and
I
stuff.
keep forgetting that.
Oh. Okay, quiet on the set,
action.
and...
Hey man, you have an issue with Batman when his back gets broken?
Yeah, like 5 of them.
Okay, cut. We're gonna try it one more time. Don't look at the camera until I say cut. Until I say cut. No, it was great. All of that was great, guys. Let's try it again. Here's a good one. Okay, quiet on the set. Here we go. Okay, this is the establishing shot for Haley's scene. Recording. Action in 5, 4, 3.
Oh, hey, babe.
Hey, I thought I'd come by and bring you lunch or something.
What'd you get?
Nothing much, just a pita.
Do you want to take the wheel?
Yeah. Just go around back. Yeah. Go around back.
Nice. Okay, we're gonna try that again.
The shoot was a 3-day shoot. It was very hot. It was very busy. It was very intrusive. I remember Nate Casemore, again, would have to put a sign on the door saying like quiet due to filming, or we'd have to stop for customers. And it was done on this little handy cam, which is cool, where it was shot really cheap, and if it was funny, it would play, and we can't just get all these high quality cameras and spend all this money. You know, I thought it'd be kind of like an art house script anyways. There's a really weird ending to it where there's this random band. Yeah, so the shoot was very grill. I was standing on chairs, there was like a tripod, and it was all just me running around going through stuff. And very quickly Trent was on board with maintaining continuity and keeping an eye on stuff, and you know, yelling action and quiet on the set. So it was very apparent Trent had a good time. We weren't bugging him too much, and I think it left with him saying, "Oh man, if you guys ever decide to do anything else, like let me know. I want to be involved." So.
This ain't you love. He wants to drive me away from my home. We play tic-tac-toe for all the black cab on.
Long distance telephone call. I dial 1 in the area code. Hello, 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 hello. You throw me on hold. You can call me, let me know. I'm headed to investigate the wheels of motion disintegrate when I arrive. Immediately begin to operate. I'm waiting in cases. I start the fire, just trying to erase it. The phantom is spreading his shit, and I think it's contagious. East Coast, where the rock rolls. We shut 'em back, but let me have to go. To all the burn posts on the West Coast. We call it from destination. Say no. Madness, we using to investigate the wheels of motion ovulate. The subterranean thunder is set to impregnate.
In a world already saturated by too many comic book movies, comes one more about an entrepreneur, his apprentice, and their quest to find a new employee. Searching far and wide and beating out dozens of fanboys, they found their perfect match. A girl.
So the premiere was great. I think it was pretty much a packed house the first night, and the second night was even better. I mean, it was a $20 ticket. There was a live band, right? We'd screen the film, and then there was a band, and your ticket got you a copy of the film. So it was a pretty cool deal. And because of all the promotional, we spent most of my budget on that film on promotion, and it worked. And so I kind of made back the money that I lost in my first film, and I was kind of like, okay, I made it out alive. I'm never doing this again, because the quality was kind of bad. I mean, it was filmed on this camera that had like this disc, like mini discs, and it would click and like make like a tick, 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 tick. So on all the audio tracks, there's like this ticking, and when I compressed it, I tried to get the audio to sound a little bit more even. It just boosted that audio, so it just sounded awful. And the visual, which is the other important part of the film, was really grainy. I kind of thought it'd be cool to have a grainy look to it, but it almost took away from it. So I wasn't happy with the way it went, and I was kind of like, that's it. I'm not doing this again. This is a headache.
Whoa, Doug, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. We can't have that kind of language in the store.
What?
I want you to go.
We want you to leave?
You're gone.
Go.
Come on, man. You know how it is. 2 weeks. You're gone. Get out of here.
Yeah, I remember thinking, I don't want to just get another job to make back the money I lost in the first film. I want to do it again on the same terms. I'm going to do another film and do it on the cheap. And I thought the actors were just going to kind of say, okay, well, thanks, but brought my family for this. Like, this is kind of brutal. But the opposite had happened. They said, this was great. We loved it. We want to do more. We should turn this into a series. And I know that I didn't think of that. That was not my original thought. Someone else said, let's make it a series. And I said, well, I guess by that point we had all become kind of good friends. Like, we all liked seeing each other and hanging out with one another. And I said, well, as long as the parameters are different. So I remember I had this big meeting at my house. It was this comic book store, the series pilot project meeting. And I had notes and snacks, and I was all nervous, and I had this dress shirt on because I was like, no, I'm a filmmaker now. So everyone came over, and it was like all the actors were there. I think Drew couldn't make it, but he had said, I'm in, I'm down, let me know the dates, I'll book him off work now. Like, it was kind of cool. And I had little notes taped to the back of my, you know, the door frame, and I'd look to catch, but I presented it like, we'll do 3 episodes to see how this is going to work. I'll write one of the scripts and help with another one, so we'll need writers. We'll get access to a good camera, and I ended up selling my huge, awesome Fender Stage 100 guitar amp, which was, I wish I didn't do that, but I did, to the guy to let us use his camera, and then he would actually film it. So we had a cameraman, and editing was my brother-in-law, Mark Russell, said, I'll edit it in lieu of profits. We'll create this product, and then we'll go to Fan Expo and sell it. And that's what started the comic book store, the series. Short film, and made that episode 1 and trimmed that down. And Seth wrote a really cool script, Warhammer Woes, which got changed to War Club Woes. We were all worried it's going to be so popular that they're going to sue us. And then episode 3 was an episode called Boltang, which I love how it's different how it ended up turning out versus my idea in my head, but it was a really cool script. But
I get some stuff in here. You can be Bruce. Okay? Okay, so here we go. Action.
Interior comic book store, morning. Seth, Bruce, and Jody are behind the counter reading material. After a long, boring pause, Jody breaks her silence.
Really? What? This is our morning routine. Yeah? This job is so sweet. It's been 3/4 of an hour, and neither of you have yet inquired about my quarter-final qualifications for the Toronto tournament. Oh, I'll just read from Bruce too. Coffee. Oh, hey, that's right. So who do you need to beat from this branch before you make it to Toronto? Therein lies the problem.
Seth hands magazine to Jody, and Bruce puts head down and falls asleep.
Doug? You have to beat Doug at Warhammer? Ah, look at his dumb face. Well, this will be fun for you guys. Draw a big crowd, I'm sure. Fun? What, are you new? Well, yeah, if you follow the Julie's calendar. Okay, fair enough. But surely by now you've figured out that Doug is an emotional time bomb. He could blow up at any moment. Yeah, exactly. See, this whole situation has potential to become a travesty of superhero proportions. Doug was one of those kids who is
never hugged or hugged too much. Still haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, I like that. He's one of those wiener kids. His mom didn't hug him.
Oh, I missed that line. Sorry.
Or too much.
Yeah. I will say that.
Can I just stand as I was before you distracted me?
Yeah. Good.
Shot of all three. Bruce asleep, Seth reading, and Jody is playing with a small toy. Cut to Doug walks in, similar to T-1000. Stares straight ahead until perpendicular with counter. Then
Crazy music.
Regards Seth.
Dun, dun,
Doug, I was just speaking negatively, I might add, about you. I'm sure you've heard about the tournament.
Bruce is startled awake for just a second, then puts head back down.
I imagine you've heard, Doug?
Of course I've heard. I've got ears. I have people. I want you to know, as of this instant, we are now enemies after all.
Oh, Doug, calm down now.
Wait, let's try it one more time. More confidently arrogant. Of course I've heard. I've got ears and I've got people. And I want you to know, as of this instant, we are now enemies. Yeah. Let's try that again. Action.
That was pure stand up.
It's like, we're gonna get a clip.
This class is now.
Of course I've heard. I've got ears. I have people. And I want you to know, as of this instant, we are now enemies.
Oh, Doug, calm down. You can't really be serious.
Good day, Jody.
Exits. I added that on my script.
We'll have different scripts.
Wow, that was a first. Him addressing a girl. Wow, that was a first. Him addressing a girl directly without stuttering. Or peeing.
Looks at pants.
I know. He's doing it to intimidate me.
Off camera.
All part of
Yeah, he's doing it to intimidate. He's delivered dry, and then off cam for the next line.
All part of his grand tactics.
Is it working?
A little. Hey, I've got an image to maintain.
Jody makes frame around his face with hands as if framing a shot like a director would.
Then Seth says, "Hey,
oh,
okay."
Whatever Seth's part. Hey, watch your insubordination there. Don't forget, I made you into the model of success that you are today.
You sure did. Look at me now.
That's the insubordination I'm talking about there, Missy. You'd best not pull rank in the hierarchy of the comic book kingdom.
My apologies.
Both snap out of it.
I've somehow got to beat Doug and not end up on his ex-friend's new enemies list.
You gotta put the slash in.
I will put that.
Ex-friends / new people to kill list. I'm so sure.
I wish. Has anyone ever mentioned Phil Paxton?
No.
Now you know why. He was first on that list.
End of Act 1.
Action.
Bruce exits. A middle-aged man, Frank, approaches Seth.
Okay, no, just wait, okay? No, just wait.
Don't do this.
No, just wait. This time, it's different. Look. I got this baby graded. Check it out. This thing is an A10. An A10! Now, I know, just let me finish, okay? I know that you have 2 copies of this already,
We have
okay?
3, Frank. 3, I've told you.
Yeah, but yours aren't graded. This one is, and Frank, I don't know
what to say. Like, what can I say? You gotta, I think you should leave. You gotta leave, Frank.
No.
I've got things to do.
It's just, you know I need this. Seth and my daughter.
You don't even have a kid.
I just found out she needs braces. Seth, I mean, who needs braces anymore? You know, when I was a kid.
Dental plan.
If you told me I needed braces, my dad would have kicked my remaining teeth in. You know, braces? You gotta be kidding me, Seth. There's no braces. Seth, why can't the world just go back to the way it was, Seth? Hey?
I've got things to do.
You know, like in the good old days, Seth. When
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
We go by the mom and pop store, you know.
We never did any of those things.
we pick up a 6-pack of buy some peanuts and just chew away all of the pain and tears. You know, Seth, back when Grandpappy would tell you how it is, you know, like you got no sense complaining when you got gum in your ear and a frog in your back pocket.
What are you talking about?
You know, sometimes, Seth, we can't. Like when this comic book was made, better times, you know. You know, remember those good old times before life crushed you?
No.
Before life pulled a fast one on you, and all you got left is this damn book and a dream. A dream,
Frank.
Seth.
Frank.
You got dreams, don't you?
Frank. I think you
gotta
leave, Frank. I got things to do. This happens every week.
No,
Frank.
I'm only fooling you, Seth.
Frank, you can't.
Frank's just fooling you.
You can't keep coming in here like this.
We're okay. Listen. I'll come back next week. I'll give you some time to think it over, and we'll try again, you and I.
I keep telling you.
It's a good one, Seth. One of the good ones, Seth.
It's a whole new side to what you offer. Right in front of me. 'Cause I need your presence. Yeah, I need your
finished that just in time to get a rough copy to get to Fan Expo, and I think we only had time to burn maybe 50 copies, and they all sold out. We had brought blank discs. We were going to try to burn them in the hotel room, but it was pretty unbelievable to go up to Toronto with your buddies. It felt like a band, right? We were all going to go to this big city and have a booth and sell, and people would love it. I show up at a comic book store was not hard to sell at Fan Expo, so that was wonderful. Another cool thing that we did was we actually did a local premiere of the 3 episodes. So it was this time, because Brian was really good friends with Trent. Trent called in a favor. We got the theater, I think, donated, or maybe it cost us a little bit of money, but definitely a reduction in rate. And I believe Drew had moved to British Columbia and flew back for the premiere of that. And we did a quick Q&A kind of kick off. We were in the parade. I think we were in the Sarnia Canada Day parade, which is hilarious. Chris wrapped his car, you know, Get Geeky across the side. And that was a really cool thing, and we started seeing that happen. Start the show. September 19th, 2009.
Woo!
It's coming. Look, Doug, it's Mike Higgins. He came from Toronto to see you play Hal in the comic book store. Smile for the camera.
On behalf of myself, Script Studios, Russell Productions, and our whole crew sitting at the back, looking great but very nervous. Welcome to the comic book store this year. Personally, the coolest thing that I ever thought kind of happened to the show, or one of the cooler things, was we were actually aired on TV. We were on TV Kojiko. I had a meeting with the guy, the program director there, and said, you know, this is locally made, just air it. You know, what's the format? And they said, as long as it's under 22 minutes, and some of our episodes were like 16 minutes and stuff, but we padded that with another filmmaker's stuff too. We had this local content, a half hour. And we ran those 3 episodes, and just on loop for like a month. People were like, when are more coming? Which obviously led to the creation of a full season. So after Fan Expo, we realized that people wanted more, like, definitely coming back next year, but we need more copies of this thing. And because we rushed to get a version done, which is not the version that's on the final version that you would end up, or that was aired or whatever on TV and stuff, we were like, okay, we'll make more. Should we make more episodes? And everyone's like, yeah, we got to do this again. What worked, what didn't? We knew that a single camera shoot was definitely not happening. We needed 2 cameras. It was too much to shoot the scene and block it. We were just losing time. So let's get 2 cameras, and Vanessa was like, I want to edit. I'm getting good at editing. I think I can do it. And so, yeah, that was cool. We didn't have to worry about lighting because Trent just got all this new lighting in the store, so that was a big help. And in terms of writing the rest of the season, I'd been working night shifts at the time, and I had this tape recorder, a cassette one, and I just laid out the entire framework from episode 4 to the finale of what should happen, key scenes I wanted to see happen. And there's a local stenographer who was like, who worked at a law office, who typed it all out for me for like $20. So it was this awesome, you know. They were pretty close to final scripts too. It was like, you know, scene 1, Seth walks in, like it was pretty detailed. And then I took those, and you know, Chris Heimpel said I'll do the Christmas episode, and Trent did a couple, and Trent wrote his own episode, and Seth actually wrote an episode that we never filmed. It was called, oh, what was it called? Nemesis Neutrality, and we axed it because we just didn't have enough time. So we had a new way of doing these episodes, which was a little bit less stress for me, because it wasn't a burden of like, I'm investing all this money and it's an event promoting thing. It was just, okay, I can be the creative guy and work with the team on this. So Trent stepped it up and became the director of like majority of the episodes. I would say Trent was directing. He really came into his own as like not only script editing and enhancing jokes, but just he just dug in. It was a big help. He felt like a teammate, because at times he's going, no, we got to run this. Doug's here, we got to shoot this now. He really just sort of kind of helped the shoot come together. And Vanessa was a bit more, she wasn't really like just an actor. Like at the time, it was more, she was also props and continuity, and we booked the next door to this building, which is now Junior Baker, a little bakery, was an empty office space, and that was our, because we knew if we were in here, we were going to get cramped. It was so cramped the last time, so we had a whole other building that we could have our food and catering brought in, and wardrobe changes and all that, and just a general hangout while we were, you know, shooting. So it worked out great. It was April
13th. It was the day before my birthday, which would have been about exactly a year from the time we wrapped, because I had that Voltank cake. We had a cast wrap party on my birthday, my 26th or 7th birthday anyways. But it would have been exactly a year to the date where we would meet here to do a cast read for the full season. And we all get together, and I don't think Drew was in town yet. This is April 13th, 2010, and it is the first day that we're getting together to have a little cast read through, a little cast party, and then we start filming tomorrow morning. We might even get a few shots tonight, actually, because I'm crazy like that. Anyways, we hope that you enjoy some of this footage. Comic book store. Say comic book store.
Guilty as charged. I don't know what happened. Were you really bad? I just knew a Voltank thing, and there was just lots of other stuff. I didn't mean to.
Merry Christmas to all, and a good Merry Christmas to all, and a good
To all a good night.
Merry Christmas to all.
You did it right.
You're in charge, son.
All right. Yeah, maquettes. They're pretty awesome. Decent profit margin, too. What about them?
I'm a sculptor. I can sculpt them. With you. This is the best idea ever! It will bring us close together. It combines our two worlds completely. Yeah. I have to go get my thoughts on paper. See ya.
Chin.
All right. Next question. What does DC, as in DC Comics, stand for?
Detective Comics.
So the word the.
Okay.
We'll
we
stick
can move
Stardust
around.
in there somewhere.
Hells, when you say AKA Jenny Ever, AKA the Shifter, look, you're gonna stab him and hold on his face.
Okay.
And action.
Find anyone good?
Oh yeah, the green llama, the arrow, the magnet, the ape, Stardust, Jenny Everywhere, aka the Shifter. I can't wait to start on these.
That's right.
Jody! Oh, there you are.
You must be joking. A contract in a comic book store.
Afraid not, Seth. Look, I'm sure you don't like it, but we need you two to stop bickering in the store. Therefore, we have drafted this truce treaty.
It's called a comic book accord. The nemesis
Attempting to curse Seth in Klingon or Elvish. Also, Hal, you must agree to never remove articles of clothing whilst in the comic shop, and also you will refrain from recounting past true stories of your encounters with
It'd be even
Scylla.
funnier if it's
If
just
you
like
came in
utter
and yelled
silence.
it to everyone in the building.
If it was just utter silence, nothing's happening, and I'm just like, hey, guess what?
Okay, Seth, now how about
I
you?
don't know if that one works either.
It's uncomfortable for me too, man. But
I like the kiss thing.
I like having a line.
it actually really works. If we are going to squeeze it in, it's going to be just before the
pocket when you
Is this
school, buddy.
power off?
Sweet. Then what did you do? Take some abandoned baseball field and get all nasty?
This is so like funny. Some of the coolest things about that shoot were our principal actors were nowhere near Sarnia, and no one was paying them. This was a self-financed, you know, it was everyone just wanted to do it. Drew flew in from British Columbia. He was going to stay at my place, but my furnace was too loud, so after the first night he started staying at Seth's house. Seth flew in from Saskatchewan, and Vanessa was in town from Kitchener, Waterloo. So it was a very serious, focused thing, and I think the goofing around that you see in the little featurette, the bloopers and stuff, was probably the only real fun we had, because it was just work. It was, we have to get this work done. I believe we were shooting scenes up till the half hour when Drew had to catch his plane back. And he left going, I don't know if that's going to help, guys, but see you later, because the whole thing felt chaotic. But because of Vanessa and Trent being more integrated in the actual directing and shooting, we were able to get the pieces we need to put together a season. So that shoot, probably easiest, the greatest memories of my filmmaking life were that busy week where we were all shooting stuff, and sometimes I wouldn't even be there. I'd come in and they'd have stuff shot. It was a wonderful time to have that put together.
And I was just disgusted. I know. We actually got the reaction we wanted out of Seth, but...
Are you okay? I don't know. My name is Brian, I know first aid. Can I help you?
I'm
What's
first
your
aid
name
Brian.
and date of birth?
Who's your daddy?
Oh,
Is he rich like me?
do you understand? Call 911.
No, it's 011-999-8119-911-97253.
Three. That's right. Yes.
Interest in the ownership of this space.
You know, excuse me, but no, we're not for sale. You know, in fact...
Hold there.
Yep.
You are free to get that. We'll wait.
Oh, baby.
That's it. Come here! I don't remember the line, so I said come here!
Both of you just laughed and looked right at the camera, so we try that again.
What's the actual line?
Boom's
Wait,
I can say no.
What? Let's see the shot.
Cool. That's cool. That's very cool. Tight, isn't it?
Now, so watch that posture. Just from the other side, it looks like you got a baby rocking because you lean back. There you go. There you go.
Oh, wow! Thanks, Tiberius? No, sorry. Did that sound like Tiberius?
It sounded like Tiberius. I liked it. Back to first positions, please.
Because I'm going to say Tiberius.
Keep rolling.
Tiberius.
Just so Tiberius. It doesn't have to be too obvious. Don't make it too obvious, please. Episode 8, New Year's, Scene 4, Guitar Hero Brian, take 3.
Fatberius.
Episode 8, New Year's.
You, sir, are a Guitar Hero golden god.
I don't like it. Sorry.
Okay.
You're doing great, it's just me.
Oh, she gave you, it's not you, it's me. You guys are so done.
If I had a heart and feelings, that would hurt so much.
It's not even I just want to be friends. We're done.
Yeah, don't call me anymore.
Cut and dry.
Alright,
Yeah, you
so
can do
can
it
you
from right
stand
over
where
here.
you're going to be?
I'm gonna
I've
be
got the it's not you, it's
right
me
here.
before.
I've got the down.
I've got the it's
Back
definitely you
lighting
before.
throws me off, but it's
That's a
just-
bad one.
I gotta get that face.
That face.
That face. That face.
That's
His
funny.
face will
I've gotten the itches and
surely
lotions
do
before.
me in. That face, those eyes, that chin.
Which chin?
Did I say that?
Man, if you don't, I will.
You would do that, wouldn't you?
Man, you've had forever. You little. You little. That's you riffing.
Knocking over his line.
Sorry. You little
5,
whippersnapper. I'm sorry, man. Merry Christmas to all! To all. Again. Merry Christmas to all! And Merry Christmas.
Just keep.
Can I do?
For what?
He said.
Superman's fiction, not like Star Wars.
What do I say to that?
Nothing, because it's true.
But it's just...
Action.
Wow, who knew that there were 18 different kinds of...
Kryptonite?
Ep 10, taking twosies.
Get up in the...
He's facting for her whacking. Good shot, good and shot.
Yeah.
Vanessa's
Take
gonna be
two.
like, what are you?
Take 2.
What are you saying?
Come down
Just
low.
bang this out.
Just, no, not.
Bust it out.
Above.
Alright, in the words of Drew, let's bust the scene. Let's just get some high energy.
1, 2, 3, go!
Bust it.
Okay, background action on take 4.
Yeah. Bust it!
Ready? Action.
Creed?
From the walking in. Can't hurt to have another one just in case he's...
Drew, let's get some background action.
Yeah, what are you
Drew.
feeling?
You're sort of like chilling out.
I know, I'm
We should do,
so
like,
chilled.
Be doing something silly.
Check it
Juggle.
out, man.
Do you know how to juggle?
I do know how to juggle.
Just
Juggle
start, like,
those things.
organizing these. I
Juggle
don't want to break
something.
something.
Juggle these.
Do not
They're
juggle my
light.
stuff, please.
Okay, still rolling.
Why
and,
wouldn't you take the opportunity to
Sounds
make
pretty.
him juggle?
That sounds questionable.
And
Juggle.
action.
They wanted to juggle.
Worse that he sat there mumbling for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, you can
before
bring
the
it home.
start.
You can bring it home a little bit.
When he went to get up, he just about fell into the flower bed. I basically had to hold him up until he found his legs again. I just said goodnight and went inside.
I'm sorry.
There's like 9 verbs.
Superman, serial killer.
Serial killer man.
That's right.
Alright, let's just own this. Let's do it. Let's go.
Already in my possession.
Audio. Oh crap.
Is that a new scene?
No, same scene, just different
Same
coverage.
scene.
Just say B-roll.
B-roll.
B-roll, yeah.
B-roll.
Not like B, like the letter B, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like B-roll. Did you, is that what you thought I meant?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, just say B-roll.
B-roll.
With a straight face, that's your new challenge.
That's your new name. B-roll.
I like it.
It'll be okay. Thank you, Haley.
Thanks so much, Haley.
Sorry.
We're gonna have
action when ready.
Excuse me, but we're not for sale, okay? In fact, I don't think I appreciate you
Bruce, let me stop you right there. Listen, I'm not a bad man. In fact, I'm a businessman. Tomorrow, the lease will be up on this space, and my partners and I will ask that you...
Action
No
when
problem.
ready. Start
No.
over again.
It's going good.
I'm so sorry. No, it's great.
Okay.
It's great. Stay in the zone, it's good.
Okay.
Hey, back off, man, okay? I know your types, all businessy and such. Well... No.
Take it back. It's okay.
Oh, no!
Closed? No, with like you move like you're reading it with your lips.
Nice.
I'm gonna do an even slow zoom. Hang on, keep
That,
going.
that really reads.
Oh, come on. Yay! Yes, here we go. Action!
Don't freaking
I'm
laugh.
sorry, you said composure.
Come on, dude.
It helps me.
action when you're ready.
I think I know why Seth left. My mustache is too sweet.
Hey, Vanessa.
Hey, Brian.
That's definitely Jody. Hey, Vanessa.
My name is Jody.
I know it's not.
Action.
Hold on.
Resetting. Action.
Okay. I don't know. All right. There's some bits and pieces.
We went like this to do
Are you
it?
marking it?
Is it going to be on?
I haven't done it yet.
Whatever scene act.
Crazy fight scene.
Scene 10 act. No.
What?
Episode
Rolling
10. Episode 10. Final. Finale. Scene 5.2.5.
Scene 2.5.
Haley, are you drunk?
I'm
Oh, that's on
reading.
episode 10, scene 2.5.
Why don't you read it? I'll just snap.
Scene E10, 52.5, date talk.
No, it's
episode
actually,
10.
sorry, I wrote that wrong. It's episode 10.
Oh, so it's not your fault. It's Trent's fault.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad. Mark it.
It's episode 10, scene 2.5, date talk.
Ah!
Again.
This is beautiful.
Listen. I just
Let's fix that.
Yeah, don't take them on. Don't take them on for forever.
Still rolling over. Focus.
Oh yeah, this is on there good.
There we go.
Yeah, just for the light. That's all we need.
Oh yeah, we're gonna try it from the beginning then.
Yeah. Right from the
Oh
beginning.
yeah.
Okay, just a second. I gotta get my.
Oh yeah!
I hated in the third one when the T-Rex gets killed by the Spinosaur.
I love that.
That whole movie was like.
Focus on health.
Jurassic Park.
Never seen it.
Do not put that in a bonus feature. That was
Yeah,
dark.
that's exactly what it was.
He was the raptor, and I was the English guy.
I thought you was feeding you. What English guy?
Are
Are we starting from Noah or are we starting from his rant?
Zoom in. Be anywhere near this place. I'll give him some more headroom. Zoom in. Try to lose the glare. Yeah. Can we bring that light closer to us, please?
Can I see her burger? So I can magic?
Yeah, can you make a giant picture? What do you mean? He said lose the glare.
Oh,
well, he said lose the glare.
I quit.
We can,
How? Just get it right behind Haley here.
You know, we could actually even build you a droid costume, and then you could be like Kenny Baker.
I like the way she thinks.
Bakes. I can't do R2.
Vader just shot me in the back.
That's true.
Don't worry, guys. 3PO is gonna donate gears.
I can't even do 3PO.
Doesn't Vader know that R2-D2 used to be his friend?
He doesn't, because R2's more like a stove than like a friend.
Why didn't he tell C-3PO to tell him? To tell Luke?
Because he's just a droid. They're just like appliances.
They're
not actual.
Yeah, it's not like they don't have feelings. And
No.
Actually, they're kind of mean to droids. Like they have no.
They're the main characters of the whole story.
Well, I disagree.
They're clearly the sidekick comedy.
Yeah,
They're kind of the constant, only ones that are through every single episode.
Yeah. No, like they're consistent with the canon, but they're not. I wouldn't say like kid. 3PO's not like the main character.
No,
but if you looked at that like story thread thing that people do, like the droids would probably be like the most consistent line that goes.
It's
have you seen those
basically
things?
the story of
It's like
what
all different
happens
colors.
around them.
But
Like
Obi-Wan's
Lord of the
also in
Rings,
all
man, the
6. Obi-Wan's in all 6.
No,
although he might be in
only
spirit
in a
form.
exactly.
Okay, I gotta
It's
fly to
still
DC in
him.
like 12 hours.
Oh wow!
No, I'm just saying.
What is the scene? I'm sorry, you were contributing, but then
no, it's fun.
Again, we were cutting it close to make Fan Expo. In fact, we went up there with we reissued the short film, which is important for me because I was like, this is the genesis of the whole series. So I refixed the audio, we made it black and white, and Vanessa really helped me put a menu together, and I was super happy with that. So we went up there with that because we knew we needed more products. Like if people are buying it, we need more products. So we reissued the short film. We had what we then called Volume 1 as a DVD, which is just the 3 episodes as a backup because we didn't think we were going to get the season done in time. And then we went up there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry, it's been a while. Then we went up there with our first copy of the full season, which I think had a sticker on it that said like super early rough cut edition or something like that, because some of it was just barely a framework, and it sold. I mean, it was a 2-disc thing. We knew we had to get something. So, but I think it was important for us to engage with everybody who was buying it and sort of say, hey, it's a rough cut. It's a rough cut. And I know that there were a couple people who said, oh, we wanted to see more. This is great. So they actually came back from the year before, which was cool. This is our experience here at Fan Expo 2010. As you can see in our room here, we've been awesomely hooked up with an insane 8th floor view of the CN Tower. Look at how pimped out we are. I think I see some ants down there. Oh wait, that's people because we're so high up. Yeah, we're kind of living the life of luxury as we prepare to launch our full season DVD. So thank you for watching, everybody. We'll talk soon. Good morning, Toronto. We're off to the Metro Toronto Convention Center. There it is. Boom. The short film. We have the Volume 1 DVD, first 3 episodes. They're really good. And here, for the first time ever, this is new to us, is our full season DVD, early rough cut edition, because we had to rush it to get here in time. I can't believe we made an entire season of this show. To go take the show to Kojiko TV, we had to edit it down, so we had a chance to kind of chisel the episodes a bit more, and I think we wanted to promote that. So we booked a room at the Sarnia Public Library, and we wanted to screen 3 episodes of the show, and that's when they were just starting to get finalized, and Vanessa came all the way from Kitchener on a Friday night, raced to get here in time for the premiere. She was running in out of breath, like, I've got the episodes, and the audio on the board was a mono cable or something weird like that, and there was a red film glare, something, the video was screwing up, and the audio was like only the left of the theater heard it, and all, like, and it was one of Trent's episodes we screened because he was a hometown dude and we knew everyone's gonna want to see that. And there's one joke where this little noise maker is making noise, and it was coming through like the right signal, but there was no right speaker, so you didn't really know what was happening, and it was a disaster. And I believe she was tearing up afterwards, apologizing. But I was like, oh man, nothing is as bad as the short film premiere. So I think you got nothing to worry about. So upon returning from Fan Expo, the dust had settled, and we now Assam, who became a huge, awesome dude who worked on the show with us, He created the graphics for the intro of the show and is now like I think a professional graphic designer. He did the intro to the show and he did our website, and then also allowed our website to have like webisodes, like episodes of our show online. I suppose it sounds dated now, 2014, but in 2010, it wasn't that easy to put together a website, especially without any budget or money. And he made it look cool, and each week was a new episode and stuff, and it was really cool. But after that, it was like, you know, we weren't exactly getting together, and a lot of time went by, and it was kind of weird because for 4 months leading up to the shoot was always talking to Trent, and then after we'd wrapped, these late conversations with Vanessa, like, oh, I don't think that thing's gonna work. We should get that cut to the thing with Haley, and all these stressed out phone calls about editing, and then it was nothing. That was it. And so we said, are we going to make more episodes? What should we do? And we said, let's go up to Fan Expo again with the final official version of the show and do it. And then we got approached to do a panel, which was like a dream come true if you think about it, for a little indie show to go up to Toronto and have a panel on their sitcom. And we were pumped. So Doug was able to come with us, and Vanessa was there, and I was there, and Joe went with us, and Chris Heipel met up with us. He was in Toronto at the time, and Trent was there, and it was we all got back together, and we hadn't filmed anything, and like there was a big time gap, so it was a great chance to connect again. We finally had episodes that we were pretty proud of, and it was very special.
Thrown out.
This is grade 3.
They got worse as we got older.
They got different. And I learned how to handle them, but I...
Wait till that person moves.
Trent, just so the camera can hear, what are you calling this guy?
Worst link ever.
Is it recording?
Yeah, I can see it. It's just that there's a great big panic. Like all this. Like all this.
Welcome everybody to the Comic Book Store, the series panel. This is our first panel ever, so thank you for coming. Give yourselves a big hand. Cool. So I guess we'll go down the line and introduce you to everybody and what their role, not just acting role, but their actual role in our kind of team is. On your left, my far right, is Chris Heipel, Hemp. We call him Hemp. And he's our writer, so give him a big hand, please. That'd be cool. One of our head writers. We have a couple. Next name is Joe Brody, who's not only the biggest boom operator, but he also plays himself in the show. And not even an exaggerated version, he actually is like that. So let's give Joe a big hand for being with us.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. I never really acted in my life before. It was kind of something different, so I thought I'd try it. And I
But then, so Hemp got a mess of notes, and then from that you did your scripts. Let's chat about that.
Yeah, I just I tried to write some jokes in there and connect them. And then they all got edited away anyway, so...
They weren't funny.
So it
tried
didn't matter.
We're not above trying, so...
But I gotta...
leave. But first, give yourselves a big hand for coming out, because this is so fun. Thanks.
So, I guess looking back on this show, which plays a lot better than I thought it did at the time. Enough time's gone by. It's been about 6 years now, kind of thing. It's worthy of commenting on. It was our band. It was just this garage band, nothing show, and we weren't even really trying aggressively to get picked up by a network. Although we kind of promoted as if we were doing that. I think we just wanted to see if we could do it. We all liked media, and we all liked filming and writing and acting and producing, which has really helped my professional development, my career, which is cool. But the things that we did with that show were cool and special and neat, and I didn't think that we would do all that stuff to take it from such a panicked first little short nothing, literally an event, to make back some cash that grew into this huge series. Doug Murphy is like an active actor. He's like a crazy good actor. He's in a lot of productions. He's about to put out his first ever film, and you know, Haley's moved on to photography, and she was always, that's when she first got into photography in the show, and I think we wrote it in the show. Drew moved away, and we haven't kept in touch, but we've kind of been updating each other. We're all kind of growing our families, and you know, Seth has said many times, you know, I'm not an actor, but for a time in his life was the lead actor in a, you know, a 9-episode season of a show, right? So there's something to be said about that. Vanessa went on to, she's a film production company. She's shooting docs all the time, and I know that this was one of the things that kind of got her started, which is cool. And Trent was finally able, after, you know, years of graduating, to put all that education to use. And I know he had a riot. And some of us, you know, we'll never do anything like this again. I mean, Joe was an actor in a series. It was on a calendar. It's crazy to think about that kind of stuff. And what it all meant. And I think that's something really cool in life, like when you can get together with your buddies and kind of make something special. And yeah, it's worth chatting about.